Hello, everybody. It has been a few days. I apologize. I needed to just take a break. I know I haven't really been doing this long, but before I even started making videos, I did a lot of back-end stuff. I've done a lot of research on artificial intelligence and setting up different things. And so my brain was a little fried for a couple of days there, and I took a break. Plus, the market was crashing, and who wants to really talk about that? Although a lot of what we're going to talk about is that. I am going to do another video in a little bit, just showcasing some really inspirational videos that I have found. Pretty much the theme of this channel. I'm not here to really shove my opinions down your throat. I just, this channel is very much an outlet for me to be able to share what I'm constantly consuming. So without further ado, I want to jump right into it. If you would, please like the channel, subscribe, do a little comment. It helps me so much. Remember, this is not financial advice. I, really believe in doing your own research, so there's going to be a lot of links here as well. Some of them I'll go into, and then some of them I will not. I had my Grok assistant write this up. It's funny because it's all about AI anyways. But yeah, basically what is going on today? I think last time I checked Bitcoin, we were like 66,000. I kind of mentally check out whenever we do these massive drawdowns, even though it is still a good time to absorb news. I guess when I say drop out, I mean in the sense of I don't panic, I don't freak out, I don't regret what I've done. I wish I had more money to buy. It's one of those things. I very much believe in the project, but it is disappointing sometimes to read and absorb all of this news, and then all of a sudden you just watch everything continue to drop down. All of that really plays into a huge theory in my head and a lot of the people that I follows, that a massive reset is coming. I think the backbones of the new system are going to be blockchain, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, things like that. I'm excited about it, obviously. But I do think some big things are coming. And when you talk about a reset, there are, implications that are negative in that as well. Disruption to any society is a little scary. There are constant news about billionaires building bunkers and stuff because a lot of them agree that disruption to society is coming. So that's a little scary. But ultimately, we can only do what we can do. We can only affect what we can affect. And we can only change what we can change. But it's one of those things where I still believe having a good absorption of information is crucial. So this is an article on my X handle. Basically, first thing I always talk about is Bitcoin's price, because that does set the tone and set the market. It does seem like some people are talking about a $50,000 summer low. I don't personally believe that's going to happen. I think the crypto market structure bill is going to be coming soon, and that'll probably help. Who knows? We've got a decoupling from equities amid AI fears. There are a lot of AI fears. I'm going to go into a tweet that I found super interesting at the end of this video, and I think a big AI bubble is coming. I think that they've put a lot of money and energy and time into it, and I don't think the market is reacting the way they wanted to, especially with the Super Bowl having so many advertisements about artificial intelligence and the market not being receptive to it. I don't know if you saw Ring doorbells, advertisement. I didn't watch any of the Super Bowl, but apparently Ring Doorbell had an advertisement saying that they could link all of the doorbells in the neighborhoods together to help you find your lost dog. The market's reaction to that was basically, this is an Orwellian nightmare and we don't want any part of it. So I think you're going to see a lot of people getting rid of their Ring doorbells. I think a lot of people are going to probably not ever buy one. I certainly will not. So Canary Capital is predicting Bitcoin bears down to 50, 60,000. That's probably the basis of the rumors in the market. I'm still a hodler, or buy more. I definitely don't think you should sell. Why would you sell at a loss? I don't understand that, unless you need the money, obviously. Looks like Layer Zero Labs has dropped a 0L1 blockchain for institutions. These are all just the back end of how this stuff is working. All of this news, sometimes you read it and you're like, what does that mean? Ultimately, it's the backbones of this system that are being built. It's the way they're going to send money back and forth, getting rid of the SWIFT network. So, cool little rabbit holes to go down. Looks like Tower Semiconductor smashes earnings on AI chip boom. So, earning reports are coming out. So yeah, earning reports for them was good. Looks like, in the AI bubble, they may survive this wave that is to come. JP Morgan already starting to ring the bell that geopolitical disruptions that are already going on, that are coming, and then also the AI disruption to employment is going to be pretty big for the market. So again, I say buy Bitcoin. I don't know why the price is not going up, but I have a feeling it will skyrocket. Recently with this last crash, we had our first God candle. If you don't know what a God candle is, it is a $10,000 move in 24 hours. Unfortunately, the God candle was in the negative, but the fact that it actually happened is pretty awesome. So if it happens down, it will happen up. BlackRock always behind everything. Cool. What else? Yep, I told you Senate advances a crypto market structure bill. It is advancing in the back houses. It doesn't mean that it's advancing in the front houses, but I do think a vote will be coming up soon. This is the bill that the banks have been fighting because they don't want stablecoins to offer yield, because the yield that stablecoins will offer will put the banks to shame. Banks will no longer have people using it for savings. I don't really know what banks will be used for. They're probably becoming irrelevant, and that's what's happening here. So. Senator Schiff and Curtis introduce the CLEAR Act, which mandates AI developments report copyrighted data use. So, yep, you're going to start seeing regulation coming. I don't really know if I am into this. I'm going to look into this a little bit more, but it is there for your review. And Morgan Stanley talking about Bitcoin miners and artificial intelligence infrastructure plays. Everyone's moving into it, guys. That's the thing. When the market's crashing and you still read all this news of everybody, moving into it, it definitely people reach out and they're like, "Oh, should I sell? Should I sell?" It's just like, again, if you're at a loss, why would you sell unless you need the money? You could, for tax purposes, sell and buy right back in. That's not the worst thing to do. I've never done it, but let's see. White House brokers crypto bill compromise the banks. Yeah, the White House is basically trying to. That's funny. My artificial intelligence Biden admin in there. This is probably this is an older. Oh, no, let's check this out. Oh. All right. Looks like my internet crashed. All right, CBO warns U.S. debt is hitting 120% GDP. That means that our debt is way more than what we're bringing in each year. I think it's actually just the interest is way more than what we're bringing in each year, which is just insane. Again, this isn't sustainable. So when's the big reset coming? They're going to reset this with the blockchain and stuff. I think universal basic income is going to be out there. Something big is going to come. So just stay tuned. Congress grills Treasury. Yeah, they've been grilling the Treasury a lot. I think it comes from a lot of misunderstandings. I think the Trump family coming out with Trump coin was probably not the smartest thing for PR, but I still don't think that they're in it for the bad or anything nefarious. They've come out and told us the reason they're in crypto, and it makes perfect sense. During the Biden administration, they were debanked. I mean, Trump is literally suing, I think, JP Morgan for hundreds of millions of dollars because they were debanked. I mean, they run billion-dollar companies, hundreds of million-dollar companies. They own billions of dollars worth of real estate. And, you debank that family. That's how they discover crypto. So, the recipe is there for that. Tokenization, it seems like every time I make a video, there's something in there. It looks like tokenized commodities surged 360% year over year to $6 billion or over $6 billion. And that means, outpacing stocks, gold on change. I saw recently that diamonds were tokenized somewhere, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of diamonds. It's insane. You're going to see everything tokenized. You're going to see companies come out with things to tokenize your house, put it on this Solana blockchain, put it on the Ethereum network. You're going to see a lot of really crazy shit come out. Senate banking eyes February markup on market structure. My God, they're pushing this thing out. Last I heard they were going to vote on this thing in January, so it's just insane. That's pretty much it for the news, but I did want to bring attention to this amazing tweet. This was fascinating. It is quite long, but I'm going to read it. I don't know if I retweeted it. I'm pretty sure I did, but this is Peter Gurnis. I don't know how real he is. I haven't gone down the rabbit hole, so full disclosure there. But I do want to read this because I found this to be fascinating. This is very much in line with the AI bubble, and over the weekend when they did the Super Bowl, those ads did not pull well. And this is kind of a behind the scenes account for it. Don't know how real it is, but every word makes sense. So Peter goes on to say, excuse me, I am the chief marketing officer of an artificial intelligence company that spent $8 million on a Super Bowl ad last night. The ad was 30 seconds long. It featured a child. The child asked our AI a question about the stars. Our AI answered beautifully. The spot tested well in focus groups. The creative team won an internal award. So before they even posted this, everything was going good. We generated 40,000 renders to find one where the AI didn't hallucinate. Don't really know what he's talking about there. The approved cut was taken almost 40,000 times. The child in the ad is not a real user. The answer about the stars is not a real answer. The entire commercial is proof of concept for a product we have not shipped. By halftime, the audience hated us. Not just us, all of us, every AI company that bought a spot. Sport Illustrated reports fans were vocally fed up before the first quarter ended. A Harris poll conducted before the game found consumers already felt mostly negative about AI advertising. We knew this. The poll was published Friday. We bought the ad in September. I watched the game from a hospitality suite with 11 other CMOs, chief marketing officers. We had a real-time sentiment dashboard on a monitor next to the bar. By the second quarter, the needle was in the red. Someone from our analytics team slacked, audiences associating us with Svedka ad. The Svedka ad was an AI-generated ad fever dream of two dancing androids, blah, 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 blah. We were grouped with the warm slop. 23% of the Super Bowl ads were AI or tech companies, according to iSpot. More AI ads than beer ads. More AI ads than food ads. We looked at each other across the suite and realized we had made the same mistake simultaneously. We had all bought the same 30 seconds of American attention and the same thing into it. I watched Ring's ad, the one I was talking about earlier, which is insane. He goes on to talk about that, which I've already gone into. Then he goes into AI's ad from that suite. Nobody in the room understand. That's the ad where they told you to go on and get your own handle. Well, that website crashed. $70 million for a URL that could not survive its own commercial. Then Anthropic mocked OpenAI because OpenAI is allowing advertisements in with their AI assistant. So you're talking to your AI assistant and all of a sudden they're spewing some product to you, which is insane. So Anthropic is cutting at them. Then they had a battle on X during the whole fucking game. It's insane. He goes on to say, by the fourth quarter, the collateral damage had started. Viewers became so hypervigilant about AI that they started focusing on non-AI ads being generated. Dunkin' Donuts, Comcast, all of them were made by humans, production crews, but the public basically started accusing them of being AI created. Our industry spent $100 million on Super Bowl ads to build trust in AI. We built the opposite. He says, this is the most fascinating part. I need to tell you about a parallel that nobody in the hospitality suite mentioned, although every person in the room was old enough to remember. Back in February 2022, when cryptos, y'all remember this, FTX did their ad. They said they spent $54 million collectively. The ads were flashy and confident and told hundreds of millions of Americans about them. 10 months later, FTX collapsed. Coinbase spent the following year in court. Crypto.com CEO is now spending $70 million on AI domains, the one that crashed. It's insane, guys. So he goes on to say that we spent more than double what crypto spent. I know that this tech brew calculated it this morning, and my VP of communications forwarded it to me with no comment. She always adds a comment. The absence was the comment. Here's what I know that I'm not supposed to say. The Super Bowl is a lagging indicator of industry health. This is the most important part, the end of his tweet or post. The Super Bowl is a lagging indicator of industry health, which means the peak has already happened. It means the industry already believes in itself more than the public does. It means the money has been spent, the bets have been placed, and the audience, the 130 million people you needed to convince, sat there through the pitch and felt nothing but annoyance. This guy spent $8 million to learn that something that a Harris poll that could have told him for free. Nobody wants what they are selling. Nobody likes it. Not yet. Maybe not ever. But maybe not ever is not a phrase that survives a board meeting. So we say not yet, and they buy another ad. The earning calls is in 6 weeks. He's going to go in there with fluff words like awareness and consideration and momentum. He's not going to say warm slop. He's not going to say lagging indicator. He's not going to mention FTX and what happened that Super Bowl. He's not going to mention any of that because the budget is already approved. They're going to do it again next year, and the budget is going to keep going up and to the right. Because what? Our entire system is based on fake money that they continue to print. So they're pumping so much money into this bubble, guys. It's insane. It will pop. It will pop. And hard assets like real estate and Bitcoin and things like that, gold, metals, things like that, they're going to be the safest place to go. Doesn't mean they're not going to go down, but it's going to be the safest place to go. I am going to retweet this in some few. I think my internet has gone down. They're doing some work. That's it for this. I really appreciate you guys. Sorry for the delay in my videos. I'm going to do another video going over 5 videos I find to be really fascinating, especially talking about AI and what's coming in this reset. So if you would look out for that. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Love your support. Reach out on X. I love to talk. I love to engage. Always pushing self-custody. Yeah, you guys have a good day. See y'all.